Assalamu alaikum. Okay, this video that we are going to be looking at, it doesn't really have a title, but it was directed by Musa Shah. Musa Shah, okay? The synopsis for this video is, he says, this short film was made with household materials, mostly inside the house due to the COVID-19. It is a story about an irresponsible kid who has a wise father that creatively teaches him a lesson. All right, let's go ahead and watch that.
Class, so I want everyone to make sure they study this night for your finals coming up tomorrow. Now, this test counts for 20% of your total grade in addition to your midterm.
What am I going to tell my friends? I have the finals tomorrow and I'm supposed to be going on a movie. To heck with it. I'll be on my way right now. Send. That was a good movie. So let me
Okay, son, so make sure you have a good day at school today.
Dad, I'm scared.
Why are you scared, son?
Well, today's my finals.
Well, son, did you study last night?
Well, yeah.
Make sure to say Bismillah before the start of the test.
Okay, Dad.
Bye!
Class, you may now begin. Keep your eyes on your own paper, please.
Hello, son. Welcome back from school. How was the test?
It's good.
Well, as long as you said Bismillah, you're fine. I brought you in here today to talk about your finals. You were the only kid in the class that actually got an F. That actually lowers your final grade to a C, and I want to tell you frankly that I'm extremely disappointed in you, and I don't think you took this class seriously. But I want to talk about some of your test answers. They were not satisfactory, and it seemed like you were trying to be witty or something like that. To the question, what ended in 1986, you responded 1985. To expand this statement, you instead literally expanded it, which is very witty, but that's not what I was trying to see. To the question, 1 over n times the sine of x, you canceled out the n's, leaving 6 equals 6, which is, again, very witty in terms of wordplay, but again, that's not what I was trying to go for. When I told you to find the hypotenuse of a triangle, you instead just labeled the x. Like I said previously, that's very smart answer, but that's not what I was looking from you, and that's why I gave you an F. To the question, where was the Declaration of Independence signed, you responded at the bottom. I'm pretty sure you're wise enough to understand what I meant by that question. To the question, name the quadrilateral, you named your square Bob, you named the parallelogram Joe, and you named the rectangle Sam. That's not what I was trying to go for. To the final question on the exam, to change centimeters to meters, you blank. You wrote, take out the centi. Again, this is, like, extremely disappointing, and I hope you can do better in the future. Do you think you can do that?
Yes.
Okay. Please manage your time better in the future. Welcome back from school.
Dad?
You failed the test? I thought you said you studied.
I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm really sorry. I'll really try to improve.
Son, here, come with me. I need to teach you a little lesson. Son, I want you to tell me what this is.
Are a jar filled with rocks?
No, it's not filled. Not yet. Now what is it?
A jar filled with big rocks and small rocks?
No, you're still wrong. It's not filled yet. Yes, son, it's still not full. I want you to tell me, now what is it?
Oh, now it's full.
Yes, son, now it's full. But I was trying to teach you a lesson. This cup, this jar, kind of represents your life. You should, instead of worrying about the small grains, focus on the big stones in life, things that really matter. Next come secondary things, like your health or your work. Then third comes the little things that don't matter, like your entertainment or going to the movies. Make sure you manage your time next time. Alright, so do you understand now?
Okay, Dad, I'll make sure never to do it again.
Okay. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that video as much as I did. Obviously, you know that they're beginners. They're starting out. And one of the things I wanted to do in this film competition is to bring in all different levels, and that's why we had a lot of different prizes and a lot of different levels of prizes. So I'm going to mention good and mention some improvements that I felt that could be made. The storyline was very easy to understand. There was no guessing what's going on. Very easy to understand. It was a great lesson at the end with the use of the rocks. That seems to be, a common lesson that's very good, a very good lesson that you used. Good use of comedy. I had me laughing, and it probably had a lot of the audience laughing, when the teacher was going over all of the results of his tests. One of the things you have to decide what direction that you're going with your film. Is it going to be more comedic? Is it going to be more dramatic? Is it going to have more action? And so once you define which direction that you're going to go into, then it can have elements of comedy, it can have elements of drama, it can have actions in it, but you kind of have to define where you're going with your piece. What is the main focus? So I think there's some of the improvements that I think could be made. First off, everybody should take this into consideration. When you're shooting a video, particularly for a film competition and not for like social media, Instagram, Facebook, that type of thing, you want to shoot 16 by 9. What do I mean by 16 by 9? Okay, if you go to your phone, if you go to your camera, it will shoot at a ratio 16 by 9, okay? That means don't have your camera up like this. Don't shoot your camera like this. Film it like this, okay? And then look into the settings. It usually says 16 by 9, okay? So do that. So that way that when we post it to YouTube or DeenTV, we're on Roku or on Apple TV, it won't have those black bars on either side. So make sure that in the future, use 16 by 9, okay? I know you guys were using some type of software that added it, but I had to crop it actually in order to fit it. But if you could do that so it is naturally 16 by 9, it becomes much better. I could see that the ratio initially was 16 by 9, but you had it more of a square format that is not good for when you're sending on YouTube, when you're posting on YouTube, for example. One of the things I felt you could do, you could just sell the actors a little bit. I know you were using yourself, but maybe you could have easily have used one of your parents as the dad, and then you could have focused more on the editing, on the coaching, on the acting. You don't have to be. I think one of the things a lot of times we feel that we have to be in the video ourselves. No, you don't necessarily have to. You can coach other people. You go up to your dad and say, and even if your parents don't want to be in the camera, you can have them as first person. You can film first person. You could have them, the camera in front of them, and the video just showing them talking in first person. You could do that. But if you want to be in it, maybe you could, I like what you did with the teacher. You kind of, used a wig to show a different personality. Maybe you could have put on a fake beard just to act the part a little bit, just so you could sell it a little bit more. So it seemed more realistic. One of the things that I felt that you could have done, you could have had better camera angles, okay? Like for the teacher part, I did not see your faces really. I sort of saw the face of the student, Hasan, I think his name is, and the others, the teacher, I didn't really see. Like I said in other videos, what you need to do is you need to cut that up into different shots. You have the wide shot where you see both of them. You can have the one shot on one actor, the other shot on the other actor, another shot for the paper, for the test paper. So you will cut between those shots. So it's not just one long static shot, okay? So that helps to cut up the story, helps to tell the story better. One of the things you can use is over the shoulder shot. So you can put like the camera right here, like behind them. So you get a little of their shoulder, right? So that you can, it tells the story better. So you know that you're basically talking to the other. You could try all these different shots that will help make it better. So those are the basic things, camera placing, seeing the reactions of the actors is very important. Like I would love to see in the face of the student when the teacher was like, why did you make all these crazy answers on the test? It would have been cool to see the reaction of the student. So that's just different camera angles. And all of these things you can do with the same equipment that you have. There's a lot of free software out there that you can use. But I want you guys to check out DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve by Blackmagic. It is one of the best free software that you can use, not only for video editing, but also for color correction. And it's completely free. I mean, it's free. There's no watermark, nothing. It's free. So check that out. I use Final Cut Pro and Premiere. I would like the users, if you've used DaVinci Resolve frequently, let us know how it works for you. And since it's free, let the people know, like, is there any other free software out there that is actually better than DaVinci Resolve? Put your suggestions in the comments. So if you want more information, you can email me about that. And let us know what you guys think about it in the comments, of course. Tell us what you felt about the video. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you think that these up-and-coming filmmakers could improve on. Leave your comments, and we'll take obviously your comments, likes, and subscribes into consideration when it comes to ranking this video. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Abdul Malik Ahmed. See you in the next video.
This DeenTV video was made possible in part by Islamic Relief USA, working together for a better world, and by Recycle Processes Incorporated.